McGuire is a Silicon Valley venture capitalist, crypto and AI hype man, best bud of Elon Musk, and a partner at Sequoia Capital Operations, which lately has been investing in and helping to inflate companies we don't need and are better off without, like fast fashion retailer Shein, known for its toxic clothes and forced labor. Also, Bolt, some sort of rideshare and delivery company in Estonia, and most notably, cryptocurrency exchange FTX, which went on to collapse under the weight of its own crimes. Sean personally oversees investments in bangers like Elon Musk's Twitter, I refuse to call it X, and Musk's The Boring Company, which isn't so much a company as a sleight of hand trick to get local officials to not invest in public transportation and thus help Elon sell more cars. Also, McGuire invested in some company called TipLink, which, quote, enables users to send crypto or NFTs with just a link. Ah, well, thank God that exists. He's also seeded various drone and weapons companies. All of this stuff is good enough to be a rich dick, but on top of all that, McGuire is a self-described Zionist who over the last several months has enthusiastically supported the ethnic cleansing of Gaza. He's spread Pallywood conspiracies to deny the high Palestinian death count. He's tweeted praise for war criminal Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. He's accused protesting college students in the US of working alongside Iran. He's shared comically bad Israeli disinformation while also complaining about living in a post-truth world. And just this week, McGuire was casting doubt on the tent massacre in Rafah. But folks, it gets even worse. After Trump was found guilty this week of 34 felonies, McGuire announced he was contributing $300,000 of his own money to help elect Trump, and he published a screed on Twitter claiming that this is the most important election of his lifetime. In it, McGuire explains how he supported Hillary Clinton in 2016, but has since underwent a, quote, radicalization to the center, which, given that Hillary Clinton is the center, what McGuire really means is a radicalization into a neocon, because he goes on to criticize the Biden administration for the one good thing it did, end the war in Afghanistan. McGuire whined, quote, we gave up one of the most strategic air bases in the world and arguably stability in Kabul for political gain to be able to say that President Biden ended the war in Afghanistan. Just a factual point there. We didn't give up the so-called most strategic air base in the world in Kabul. We got run out of the country by the dang Taliban. And the full withdrawal from Afghanistan was actually set in motion by Trump, though he didn't have the guts to do it himself. McGuire then attacks Biden for not being more aggressive toward Iran, claiming, quote, the Biden administration has been rewarding Iran by unfreezing their funds, mourning the death of President Raisi, and hamstringing Israel in its proxy battle. What does he want to see instead? Full-blown war? Because the U.S. would probably get its ass kicked. McGuire also ranted about how Trump has been treated very unfairly and that Democrats rigged the 2020 election. He does admit that he disagrees with Trump on one issue, abortion, but McGuire quickly wipes away that disagreement by saying actually Republicans are right on the issue. He writes, quote, where do I disagree with Republicans? The number one area is abortion. This is obviously a lightning rod issue. As someone with libertarian-leaning views, I believe the Republicans have the wrong stance around imposing their views on others. That said, I think Democrats misunderstand the constitutional argument that this should be a state's issue. You see, as a libertarian, I'm against the federal government telling people what they can and can't do with their bodies. However, I do support state governments and their police forces doing the same thing. This guy is an incoherent clown. It's an interesting feeling to have the whole world protesting against you when you know they're manipulated and wrong. Yes, of course, the old, surely I'm not the problem. It's the rest of the world that is the problem. A view that's common among his class. McGuire's post was praised by prominent reactionaries like Charlie Kirk and libs of TikTok, confirming the budding alliance between the far right and Silicon Valley oligarchs. And fellow dipshit investor David Sachs, no relation, shared McGuire's post and tweeted, quote, "After Biden's disastrous presidency, Trump has a lot of supporters in Silicon Valley. Many are just afraid to admit it, but with each act of courage like this one, the dam begins to break." Wow, a bunch of extremely wealthy libertarians who love Israel and want to bomb Iran support the Republican candidate. So courageous. Sean McGuire, you have bad politics and way too much money to blow on useless shit no one needs, including Donald Trump. And for that, you're this week's Rich Dick. Hey, thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any of our new videos. Also, if you want to see Means Morning News in its complete form, not just the clips we post here, head on over to Means TV and get access to all our new episodes and our entire backlog, plus tons of other great movies and original TV shows.